Am I the asshole for kicking my girlfriend out after an argument? Throw away, since people I know my main. So adoption is pretty common in my family. I probably have more adopted cousins than biological ones, though I can't say for sure since it really doesn't matter in my family. My 22M younger brother, 15M, was adopted by my parents when he was 7. Our dads were close and he used to come round a lot. His parents split when he was about 5 due to his mom's drug problem, and she ended up in jail a few months later because of it. His dad then passed due to medical issues when he was 7, and my parents took him in because he would have gone into the system. So he's lived with us since I was 14, and I do see him as my little brother and we are family. His bio mom is still around but isn't allowed to see him. The problem comes in with my girlfriend. We have been together for 2 years and we've met each other's families and we have gotten in great with them. About a month ago she came to me complaining about how her sister is adopting. Saying it was cheating, especially since she doesn't have any fertility issues. I told her that it doesn't matter if the kid is adopted or not and that my brother is adopted. She didn't say anything else to me about it after that. However, she has stopped calling my brother, she just calls him by his name. Yesterday she and her friend, who is also my friend and introduced us, and was talking about she is so happy that my parents will be her in-laws. He agreed and said that my parents and my brother would make great in-laws. She then corrected him and told him that my brother wouldn't be her in-law since he's adopted. He had no idea how to respond and ended up telling me about it. This caused an argument between us, with me saying my brother is my brother and her insisting that he isn't and that there is a difference. She told me to sleep somewhere else that night. I told her no, this is my home too, and if she has the issue she should sleep somewhere else. This caused her to scream at me, calling me manipulative and abusive before leaving to sleep at her parents'. Her dad, who I really get along with, has asked to speak with me, and I've gotten some aggressive messages from some other members of her family. I didn't think I was in the wrong, but with so many people upset with me I think I might be. I brought it up, so maybe I should have left. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. I don't see this relationship surviving this. She doesn't see adoption as being a viable path into a family. The comment about cheating, because her sister can give birth to a biological child but doesn't want to? Frankly, I think your girlfriend is a huge awe. Family is family. Doesn't have to be connected by blood. Family is who you choose. Oh, she's a massive asshole. Not the asshole, and genuinely, it's so over-repeated in this sub. But you need to re-evaluate this relationship since it seems she fundamentally can't respect a huge aspect of your family. Not the asshole. She's bigoted. And you didn't kick her out. She failed to kick you out and then went screaming and stomping to cry to her parents. I'm not going to say straight out break up, because I don't know you nor your relationship. But this is a major character flaw, and something you should seriously evaluate before moving forward with the relationship. She will never accept over half of your family, and will make sure that everyone else around her knows her feelings in the matter. Plus, she will paint you as a bad person after every disagreement, seeing as she had no issue accusing you of pretty horrific shit, and few things are as difficult to repair as a reputation, especially after that sort of accusations. Not the asshole for all the obvious reasons. 1. She has a problem with adopted family and screams at you for disagreeing with her. 2. She plays victim, calling you manipulative and abusive. For doing what, exactly? 3. She tells her family a one-sided story to get them take her side. Are you sure you want to marry someone who throws tantrums when she doesn't get her way? Not the asshole. And this. She told me to sleep somewhere else that night. I told her no, this is my home too, and if she has the issue she should sleep somewhere else. Is probably one of the most satisfying things I've ever read on AITA. Thank you for this. Not the asshole. Run fast, my man. Run fast, run far. Am I the asshole for arguing with my husband for the picture he had for my contact photo on his phone? Throwaway. My husband bought a new phone last week. Before that he used to have one of those old phones that didn't have many features. I was happy for him and helped him learn how to use some features he's never seen before. Yesterday morning, I couldn't find my phone before I went to work. I woke him up to ask him to call me so I could find it, but he handed me his phone and told me to do it myself. I took his phone, opened the call log and searched for my contact number. I saw that he had a picture of me, my face, for my contact photo. I was mad. I woke him up again to ask why he did it. He said it was normal and he did it with his family and friends even. I told him I didn't give him permission and he should have asked if I was comfortable with having my picture there. He said I have a ton of pictures of him in my phone, but I keep them in a hidden app so no one sees them, and this way, I'm protecting his privacy. Besides that, I got his permission for every single picture before saving them. I demanded he remove it, but he fought back and said I'm being bossy and controlling. I told him my face was in there. He again said it wasn't a huge deal and that I should chill. I snapped and said I wasn't going to let him convince me to be okay with my privacy being violated. He said, "GTFO, it's not like I put nudes in there, but still." We fought some more and he removed the picture, then kept pouting and venting about how I keep trying to dictate how he lives and what he does, and said it's become too much. Info. I live in an area far from home and I don't know anyone here yet, and I was worried if he loses his phone, my info will be linked to my photo. You are the asshole. Unless you go through society with a veil on, people are going to see your face, so the privacy argument seems far-fetched. What is the problem? ETA. Your husband is right. You are bossy and controlling. YTA. I just read that twice and I don't understand what exactly you're mad about. Besides, clearly you are the asshole. I like how you tried to slip in that you searched through his call logs to find your number. Nice try. Why wouldn't you just go to contacts? My guess is you went in searching for something to get mad at him about. When you didn't find anything, you decided to fight about your photo because you're so mental you were desperate to shit on him for something. Info. Are you in witness protection and/or on the run from the feds? Edit. You are the asshole. You have yet to give a valid reason as to why you are so paranoid about him having your picture on his phone. To each their own, but your reaction was out of line. But I recommend you stop reading into conspiracy theories and watching Lifetime thrillers. You are the asshole, and I am so baffled by why you're angry that I can't give you feedback beyond that. I mean, really? Is this a joke? You think your husband keeping pictures of you violates your privacy? You are the asshole. Am I the asshole for not telling my friend's wife that he is my sperm donor? I'm a 30-year-old asexual woman who is currently 33 weeks pregnant with twin girls that I conceived through IVF. I have always wanted children but never really considered them on the cards for me due to my sexuality, but now I am in a position where I felt stable enough to bring a child into the world on my own, so I decided to go through IVF. My best friend since high school, 31M, found out about my plan and how I was looking into finding a donor so it wouldn't be anonymous and I could vet medical history etc., and offered to be the sperm donor as at least I'd know his medical history and any risks there was attached. I agreed but made it very clear he wouldn't be a parental role in the child's life, at most he'd be an honorary uncle, due to our friendship. He was happy to agree to this, and it never once occurred to me that he would offer this without running this by his wife, 31F, first. As some of you will likely be worried, I used a HFEA clinic, which is a legally licensed clinic, which means due to the paperwork signed when I underwent IVF he has no legal right or obligation towards the babies, which was what both of us wanted going into this. The IVF was a success, as my pregnant state proves, a little too successful perhaps as it's twins. I recently took my friend and his wife out to dinner to thank them for doing this for me and celebrate being in the third trimester, but his wife was confused when I explained the reason for the dinner and then angry, demanding to know why we kept this from her. I was just as shocked and asked my friend if he hadn't told his wife. He tried to explain to both of us he hadn't thought it'd matter as he has no rights to them at all. His wife got even angrier at that part, stating she isn't comfortable with their son, 6M, having siblings that aren't really his siblings, and she wants that part changed so that her husband has a legal say over the girls. I was in shock over this but said I wouldn't be doing that as I wanted to raise them alone. The three of us got into a huge argument and his wife demanded to know why I wouldn't tell her that her husband had offered this in the first place. I feel very guilty for not checking with his wife first, but it honestly never occurred to me that he wouldn't have done that first, so I thought if he was offering she had to have already given the okay. Am I the asshole in this? I don't know what to do. Edit. Typo. Oh my god, so not the asshole. The fact that he has a son with his wife makes it even more confusing to me why he wouldn't have run this by her or at least let her know he planned to do it. You did the right thing by thanking them as a unit, since married couples should be operating as a unit. Not the asshole. Your friend is the major asshole here. I understand the wife being upset about this. Her husband definitely should have talked this over with her before offering to be a donor. Your sperm donor is Ta. It was his responsibility more than yours to tell her about it. Although, I do find it odd that you got this far in the process without mentioning it to her at all. NTA. Get a lawyer right now. The husband is the asshole. Not the asshole. This isn't your fight, it wasn't your responsibility to discuss this with his wife, it was his. I would refuse to engage with her about it, to be honest. Just say that you assumed he discussed it with her first, and you are sorry, but the fact he didn't really isn't on you. Not the asshole. Failing to mention something like, "Hey sweetie, I'm gonna let someone else have some of my offspring," to his wife is wildly dumbass. Hopefully for you, it's not genetic. Am I the asshole for not wanting to wear a Western wedding dress at my wedding? I, 25F, am set to marry my fiancé, 26M, in the fall of next year. My fiancé and his family are Catholic and very religious. Because of this I have agreed to a church wedding despite it not being my faith, but the one sticking point for me is what I'm going to wear. I am Japanese while my fiancé is white. I don't care if he wears a tux like he wants to, but I want to wear a shiramuku for the actual wedding and change into a iro uchikaki for the reception. My future mill is uncomfortable with this and has told me if I want to wear a veil and dress I should just go the Western style, as it will fit in with the theme of the wedding better and not stick out too much. My fiancé has asked me if this is a sticking point for me and even suggested I just wear the Western wedding dress and change into the iro uchikaki for the reception to blend the two together. I feel I've already bent to them in having a Catholic church wedding and that it's not too out of line for me to want to use both my traditional outfits. His mother has offered to buy me the wedding dress she thinks I should wear, and I know she likely doesn't understand why I'm so upset over this. I want to respect their traditions, but I don't feel like I'm being respected in turn. Am I the asshole here? Should I just do what my fiancé has suggested and blend the two? Info. Are you prepared to fight over every major holiday or event in your life? Because that's what's going to happen. Your own fiancé is asking you to compromise on your one wedding dress one. He is not going to have your back over Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, children's names, children's birthdays, etc. Think about this before you marry into this family. Not the asshole. Get ready for a marriage of compromise, where you agree to keep the peace and he gets everything he wants. Not the asshole. There's a fundamental issue of mutual respect and compromise here. You have the right to wear the garments that you want to wear. What your future mother-in-law is saying when she says a Western dress will fit with the theme better and not stick out is that your being Japanese is something that doesn't fit and sticks out in her mind. She is trying to minimize who you are. I'm sorry to be blunt, but it's very clear, and that is just not okay. If you marry your fiancé and have children, I guarantee your mother-in-law will subject them to the same repression of their Japanese identity and culture. She will force them into a Western mold just as she's trying to force you into one. Not the asshole, and no one should control what you wear as the bride. It doesn't fit the wedding theme. It's your wedding. Who gets to choose the theme but you? They should make an effort to blend your cultures together for the wedding. This is 50% your wedding, too, and they need to stop whitewashing you. Is your mill usually racist? Not the asshole, and please go to pre-marriage counseling with your fiancé and not to a counselor from their church, but to a religiously and culturally neutral one. This issue raises a lot of red flags that you'd best settle before tying the knot. Like, how prominent will your culture be for any children you raise? Will he/Mill object to you raising them bilingual? Are they supposed to be raised as Catholic? Not the asshole. Also, from the headline, did anyone assume it was going to be a cowboy wedding dress?